Hello, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Today, historic best of one Obosh burn to wrap up this burn week. That being said, historic Horizon should be out today, and that means I will have access to the card I'm most looking forward to, Harmonic Prodigy. So you can probably expect a few burn videos next week featuring that card. We're gonna try it in Wizards, gonna try it in regular burn, Prowess. It's gonna be awesome. Anyways, for today, Obosh burn, because it's Obosh burn, we got to kind of look at this card first. So this is a companion 5 CMC 3/5. It says if a source you control with an odd mana value would deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals double that damage to that permanent or player instead. So because of that, we can't play any 2-drops in the deck, and well, because of that, our curve looks like this: a whole bunch of 1-drops, a couple of 3-drops, and that's it. So, as far as 1-drop creatures go, we have a lot of the usual suspects: Soulscar Mage, Gitu Lava Runner, and Bomat Courier. The big surprise is adding a couple extra copies of Grim Lavamancer. Now, this is a card that I kind of like personally, but it never really seems to do what I intended to do. Its activated ability is pretty great for sniping out some creatures with 1 toughness or 2 toughness, or it can go face to get a little bit of reach. With Obosh on the field, it will be doing 4 damage, and that is pretty sweet for the cost of 1 red and 2 cards from our graveyard. Then in the 3 slot, as far as creatures are concerned, we have Rampaging Ferocidon and Bonecrusher Giant. Both of these are great, fairly new cards, and I think they're going to impress in this deck. Now, Bonecrusher Giant does have also Stomp. It is a 2 CMC spell, but it doesn't conflict with the companion requirement of your starting deck contains only cards with odd mana values. A good little way to get around that and have at least 1 card at the 2 slot. Now, I kind of would like to see a few more Bone Crushers in this deck. However, I am just using the original deck to see how it goes. Future videos might come back and revisit it and bump this up to a 3 or 4 of in the deck, because I think Bone Crusher is just awesome, especially with Obosh. Then as far as our spells go, we are playing, of course, Pillar of Flame and Shock. We are also playing a couple of Spike Field Hazard, 4 to be exact. It's an extra land a lot of the time, and then it's also a 1 damage to any target. It can go face, it can kill a creature, or it does double damage if we have the Obosh on the field. Not a huge thing, but it might come up. And then pretty interesting, Wizards Lightning costs 3, but hopefully we get the reduction. We are playing a good number of Wizards, so it should be cast for 1, and it might do 6 damage, usually 3 damage. Same thing with the Skewer the Critics, and then of course we're playing Light Up the Stage, because what red deck doesn't want to have Light Up the Stage? Over in the lands, nothing too exciting here. Only 1 copy of Ramunap Ruins and 1 copy of Faceless Haven to go with these snow-covered mountains. And then, of course, we also have the Spikefield Hazard. So I don't think I'm going to run into the land problems that I did in the video on Wednesday. That was only running 18 lands, a very greedy mana base. And, oh boy, I felt like I was getting stuck on 2 lands far too often. This time around, got a few more lands. So going to run it through a few games and see how they turn out. See you over there. All right, Obosh burn. See how it goes. Hoping to just get Obosh out onto the field at least a couple of times over these 8 games that I'm going to be playing. I have a habit of forgetting that my companions exist quite often. It's very apparent in Arena. It's more of a problem when I play on MTG. Oh. That kind of sucks. I would have liked to have kept that around, obviously, but pretty neat to see the burn mirror. And I think it's probably worth it to do the Light Up the Stage here. Okay. So I need this Bomat Courier to stick around. Thermal Alchemist, well, that sucks. Alright. Let's put another card underneath the Courier. At least it's not going to get in, but it's a thing. Yeah. And then we're going to cast this for the full 3. Okay, the Lava Runner's cool because it can get these Wizard's Lightnings out of my hand a lot faster than was happening without the Lava Runner. They get to hit us for 1, light up the stage. Yeah, love. See, this is why I love Thermal Alchemist. It works so well with Spectacle. We're going to lose the Bomat. Yuck. Yuck, yuck. Okay. Well, definitely in trouble here But at the very least, I get to put out the Lava Runner, hit the Alchemist, and then get in for a little bit of damage. And you know what? This might end up actually being an Obosh game in the long run. Gonna save the Shock and the Wizard's Lightning if I can help it, just so I can get that extra bit of damage from the Obosh later. If I need to use these, though, we have access to them. Surprised the opponent isn't doing anything. Okay. Full cost Wizard's Lightning is okay with me. So we'll put that into hand and put out the Grim Lavamancer. And yeah, we got enough cards in hand that we can pay for the Grim Lavamancer quite comfortably. It's awesome. If we can see Obosh doing some crazy things in the first game, that'll be pretty awesome. And I don't know how they're going to remove the Obosh without using 2 spells on it. Going 2 for 1 is pretty sweet. I would prefer to let it stick around for a little while, but it is what it is. I don't think they have... With 2 mana, there's no way they can get rid of it this turn. So they're going to have to waste their whole next turn, or a lot of their next turn, removing it. And I'm just going to hold the Grim Lavamancer up so I can deal 4 damage with its ability rather than hit for 2. Just play the Gigantha. Oh, no. Well, that's what I didn't want to see, obviously. Is what it is. No. Want to get rid of your creatures first in this deck, just because if you draw another Grim Lavamancer, you want to have cards in hand that will turn it on. Still, those 2 burn spells not going face is definitely better in the long run. Okay. We'll do this. Do I want to shock the Bomat Courier? Do I care about the Bomat Courier? Or do I want this on the dome? I think I probably want it up top. Yeah. So we'll just pass. Grim Lavamancer ability again. Take them down to 10. Sure. Oh, Flame of Keld, our opponent's doing cool stuff. I love this card. I've experimented with it a little bit, but it usually doesn't work out the way I intended to. Still, I think it's awesome. So we'll get rid of this and this. Should I fire off these spells? I don't think I need to. See what we draw first. Bone Crusher, so that's 2, 4, 6, 9 damage. Okay. I think I'm fine just doing it this way. I could attack in with the Soulscar Mage. Maybe they block, maybe they don't block. No, I'm just gonna let it. I think we'll find the damage somewhere. They have to get rid of the Grim Lavamancer, I think. And I don't imagine they're going to put a lot of priority on the Grim Lavamancer. But they definitely need to. Alright, this is a pretty easy block here. They're obviously just going in. They're going to sack it. This is probably a land. Yep. So they get to reload. We're still at 16. I think we can find the damage. That being said, if they get to the 3rd verse here, whew. Okay. Line up the stage, producing a couple of good cards. So I kind of have to kill them this turn. And it's all going to come down to whether this card is a shock for the Grim Lavamancer. Oh, opponent. Oh no, it is a lightning strike for the Grim. That's who they targeted, right? Yeah, so we're going to be 1 point of damage short, meaning I have to find I gotta find another source of damage. Okay. Spikefield Hazard off the top. No. Okay. I'm really jealous of... I'm really jealous of the rubbing up runes right now. Okay, so the Bomat Courier will not be doing the extra damage, but all of these cards are going to be doing a little bit more. Have to be aware of that. Oh, you. Come on. Okay, we can't save it because this is dealing 5 damage. No matter what, it's dead. But it's good that they're not dealing 5 damage to my face. Huh. Okay. So you know what? It's not that bad. Yeah. I'm going to take 7 from Gigantha, go down to 9. So there's still a chance. I'm going to fire off the Wizard's Lightning now, because I'm not getting the discount. I did tons of mana, but... Oh, game. Why? Why are you being like this? So they attack in... I'm dead unless I use this to kill... Okay, so the only hope is block on the Gigantha, use this on the... I guess I don't have to use it. We'll see. Gotta be aware this is extra 2 damage. They can pretty much cast anything from their hand because they're still gonna have 2 mana left over. I need to draw it off the top. Not attacking with the Soulscar Mage makes me think that they don't actually have it. Okay. Here we go. So many cards in the deck that could have gotten me there, and it just fell flat. What can I do? Drew 9 lands against this. They also drew a lot of lands, so it is what it is. Oh, 3 is so close. Yeah. It doesn't really matter now. It didn't even matter. They didn't have to do that. Probably. I'm assuming one of these is probably a burn spell. Well, them getting rid of the Obosh and me not being able to use it to its full advantage was what made the difference there. Too bad. Started off with a loss against the mirror, kind of mirror. Anyways, let's go on to the next one. Alright, got to bounce back. That last game in some mono red, it's kind of disappointing. Those draws at the end were absolutely brutal. It is what it is. Opening hand, 2 lands, can Pillar of Flame into light up the stage, more than likely on turn 2. Good enough. Against Jeskai control, surprise, surprise. It is 90% of the decks I see in Historic, I feel. Alright. Soulscar Mage showing up nice and late. Yeah, I'm going to put it on the field. It's going to get Lightning Helix, and I'm going to cry about it, but we'll try. At least I have the Wizard's Lightning that I can maybe fling off. Okay. That's not terrible, because we can at least kill the Narset here. I don't like having her on the field. You know, the passive doesn't really affect this deck, because we don't ever draw more than 1 card, but yeah, still, I like removing it. Okay. I think I'm going to take advantage of the Soulscar Mage while I can. Hit them with the Pillar of Flame into the light up the stage, into Lava Runner. I like the Lava Runner more than the Bomat Courier, just so I can get in for extra bit of damage. And then if they board wipe here, if they have a Wrath of God, for example, I can follow it up with the Bomat Courier. Anger of the Gods, sure. Been seeing that card played a lot more than others. Go double Bomat, and I think I might light up the stage here. You know what? Go up top. Alright, if these stick around, that'll be pretty sweet. Although I'm only ever going to get one of these Rampaging Ferocidons out. Is what it is. There's the Wrath of God. Love back-to-back board wipes. Okay. I did that in the wrong order. Definitely should have played the Gitu Lava Runner first. So there's no reason for me to take that point of damage. Shouldn't come up in this game. However, in the last game, that 1 point of damage might have mattered. Oh, I hate you, opponent. I'm just going to put Obosh in my hand and go. Oh, what's this? Ooh, you build your deck, just Wrath of God and Anger of the Gods. Come on, get out of here. You don't want to play the game? Go play something else. So, okay, so the opponent doing that kind of lets me win. Potentially. If they have a Lightning Helix, they can stop my Ramunap Ruins. But going down to 2 life there is awesome. I gotta try, right? These cards are not gonna get that 2 point of damage in. 2 points of damage in. Just no Lightning Helix. Huh. Where's your Wrath of God and your Anger of the Gods now? Next one. Alright, match 3. The last game I had to concede because it was silly banana map. As in the top right, it's like the banana looking plant. It doesn't work. Got lucky, I guess, last time I filmed, or the last 2 times, I didn't run into any maps I had to cut. Opening Thoughtseize is annoying. Better than an Inquisition of Kozilek, because at least they're taking 2 damage. So, that Soulscar Mage probably would have done more damage in the long run. Still, it's, you know, it's not that bad. So mono black might be a bit of a problem. Lots of lands. I don't know if I need this Spikefield Hazard. I definitely am going to go face with something and then skewer the critics attacking for 2. I'm just debating whether or not I want to shock or Spikefield Hazard. I think it's probably the spiky. Doesn't feel good to use a Spikefield Hazard to do 2 damage. But is what it is. Or sorry, 1 damage rather. 1 card, 1 damage is a pretty bad rate. Even shock is better than that. It's like bottom barrel. Alright. Get in for another 2 though. So that's good. And you know what? May as well put this Rampaging Ferocidon down in the field. Hopefully they play a couple of creatures and we get a few more ticks from the Ferocidon. Great to just a little bit of extra damage. We do have 4 in hand. And this could actually be quite difficult for them to block. Sure. Maybe I should have put the Ferocidon in front of the Gutter Bones, but yeah, that's weird. They must have removal. I should have definitely blocked there. That's what they were. Okay. So not blocking there was the smart thing to do. Imagine that. Don't have the damage yet. But yeah. This might seem crazy, but I think I'm just going to get rid of the Scrapper. And an Exile. Oh. I went over this in the last video. Why am I so terrible at this game? So with the Pillar of Flame, everything. This has been a disaster, and I'm going to explain it. Pillar of Flame exiles a creature that does damage to, but Soulscar Mage replacement effect makes it so that it's putting -2/-2 on it, so it actually goes to the graveyard instead of being exiled. Number 1, that sucks. Number 2, I had 6 points of damage. I probably could have just used 6 points of damage, or the 6 points of damage, and they would have taken 1 more point of damage from the Rankle entering with the Rampaging Ferocidon on the field. Still going to get a win here. However, I definitely bungled this one up. I'm going to take it. I'm going to be happy with it, and that's fine. But, whew, Real sketchy. Next one. All right, match 4. So far. Okay. Haven't seen Obosh be impactful yet, though. A little bit sad about that. Opening hand, it's okay. We got all the cool 1-drops. Soulscar Mage leading off. I always wonder. I tend to go out with Soulscar Mage first more often than other creatures. I really wonder if people agree with that. Let's kill the Siren Storm Tamer now. And what do I want to do next? I think I'm going to put out the Lavamancer. I don't want them... This is looking like mono blue tempo. They're probably going to load up one of these creatures with a Curious Obsession or Curiosity and start drawing cards, and I don't want that to be happening. So we'll do that. I only got one in the graveyard, so this is not great. They could have a flash creature. Let's see if they have a flash creature. Something I can use this Bone Crusher Giant on. Love to stomp somebody. It would really suck, though, if they had... Ooh, I gotta be careful, because there is the Sailor, Spectral Sailor. Spectral Sailor plus a counter spell could be a problem. I don't know if I want to throw the Lavamancer. No. Just the Soulscar Mage. So they have a Brazen Borrower. Okay. That's mostly fine. So let's put that out and put out the Lava Runner. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to find a second instant or sorcery to turn on this haste soon enough, so just do it like this. Oh, okay. So they could put out the Brazen Borrower, but the Brazen Borrower can't block any of these creatures. I think I'm okay putting out the Bomat Courier, swinging in with these 3. We'll leave the Lavamancer behind again. I think it's a little bit too valuable in this matchup because it can pick off a lot of their creatures if we start getting some cards into our graveyards. So we'll attack like this. I might regret putting out the Bomat Courier because I don't have access to Stomp. But if they're just using Unsummon here, that's fine. Okay. What a... Okay. It's weird. One of the top is maybe a little bit bad, but hopefully land here. Ow, you... Come on. What? Okay, there was no reason for the opponent to concede there. I think they had that game well in control, but maybe they just drew super poorly and didn't realize that we also drew super poorly. I'm going to take it. Next one. Match 7. Gotta bounce back. It's amazing how flustered I get when I go up against Jund Food. It's one of those decks that's like an instant tilt for me. I don't know exactly what it is, but it gets me every single time. And speaking of which, I actually haven't been keeping track of the maps for the last like 3 games, so I'm wondering if I'm going to actually have to cut something. Huh. Alright, so we got a Steam Vents making me think Jeskai. Could be Phoenix as well. Don't see a lot of Phoenix these days. I'm really surprised at that. No, it is Jeskai. Of course it's Jeskai. And that looks like a Lightning Helix. That's going to suck if they hit my Bomat Courier. It's not. I think I'm just going to put Obosh in hand. I was thinking about putting out the Rampage and Frostodon, but I feel like he's holding up like a memory lapse. Putting a lot of cards under this Courier. Would have loved to hit a snow-covered mountain there. This Faceless Haven might end up actually being my main way of getting through this game. I think I'm just going to try to Wizard's Lightning for the full 3. Yeah. So might get hit with a Mizzix Mastery this turn. It would be appropriate Opus into Mizzix Mastery, everybody's favorite lame combo. We don't see it. I kind of got half a mind to actually crack this Bomat Courier, because although these cards are great, I actually think the way I'm going to win this game is through this Faceless Haven. Kind of an inkling that I'm having right now. Opponent hitting their land drops, but everything's coming in tap for them. I'm going to try stomping. There's the memory lapse. Okay. So there's shields down for sure right now, because that shock went through without any issue. 6 cards underneath the Bomat Courier. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, I think even though these are awesome cards, them being at 4, I kind of want to crack this Bomat. This has been a very weird game. Obviously, they're having issues, not playing really much of anything. Don't know what's going on. They find a Narset, so if they... So, as much as I would like to crack the Bomat now, I think I just gotta Pillar of Flame, right? They have 1 mana up, but... I mean, that's super desperate. Yeah. A little anticlimactic. I was kind of hoping the game was going to shape up into something a little bit more interesting, but... Oh well. That's what it is. Go to the last one. All right, match number 9. Not number 8. It's actually my number 9 that I have written down over on my side, because the one game, the third match, was a non-match because of the silly bananas. This map's good. We can sit here. You know what? The opening hands, I feel like they've been pretty good with this deck. I like we have such an abundance of 1-drops that I feel like most of the time you're going to have a pretty good opener. Jeskai again? Come on. Play something interesting, people. The Red Mage says. Yeah, I get it. I get it. The hypocrisy. I haven't seen a Lightning Helix all day, though, so that's pretty cool. I feel like this is going to get memory lapsed. Always does on turn 2. Oh, wow, they let it go. So, yeah, we'll put that out. We're not using it yet. I'm just so tired of Jeskai control. It's got to be... Do I hate it more than... I kind of like Elves, I'll be honest. Elves and Goblins, although they're super strong decks, and they're very clearly the favorited tribal decks of Arena, they're still tribal decks, and I have always a soft spot for tribal decks. So I can't hate them too much. I'm just going for it. Jeskai control, however, the deck that the Mystical Archives created, I hate this deck. Have I made a video for it yet? Not sure. There's the Lightning Helix. Oh, how I missed you. Hey, like seeing that. However, don't have the snow mana to turn it on. Let's put out a Frostodon. And then I'll use the Lavamancer to exile a couple of cards, deal a little bit of damage to face. Okay. Desperation Expressive. I think they're a little bit short on land, so they're definitely going to be digging for a land here. Yeah, they hit it. Possible second Lightning Helix online for them now. So definitely want to get rid of the Bowman Courier, and then, I mean, it doesn't matter. Okay, they definitely have something here. It's gotta be another Lightning Helix. I think I'm just going in with those two. Could be a Shark Typhoon that they want to... okay. That's fine. Do I care about the Rampaging Ferocidon? So I'm going to use Light Up the Stage this turn. I'm going to exile the Rampaging Ferocidon. I don't think I really want it on the top of my library. Let's do this. We do have Faceless Haven now, so I think the plan is Grim Lavamancer, make them wipe the board, and then maybe try to get in 6 points of damage here. It's a little bit short still, but feel the ruin right on time for them. Yeah. Got to imagine they're going to save that. Still, if they're using their turn to Feel the Ruin the Faceless Haven away, I think I'm okay with that. Oop. Yeah, I can't afford to turn on full faceless. An absorb here would really suck. Yeah, okay, we're okay. So kind of have them at 1. We'll see. So they do decide to do that. Okay. Are they flipping that? They are probably going to flip the Azcanta, but they don't have a whole lot of mana to do to utilize. Oh, what a card. All right. Spikefield off the top. How cool would that be? Absorb mana. Rampaging Ferocidon first. I'm going to be a little patient with this Wizard's Lightning. I don't know if I needed to wait there, but it felt like it was the right thing to do. So we get him. All right. Honorary match 10 and match 11 coming up. I just finished the last one. I went and did the wrap up, stopped recording, and went and took a look at the recorded footage. And of course, the Elves game, which was match 5, and John Food, which was match 6, both were scuffed videos. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those 2 videos and stick them at the end of the video after the wrap up. If you want to see that, you can go ahead and watch those games. I mean, you can still see the game. For the most part, everything's there. It's just in the middle. It's all blacked out. I don't know why it's happening on those maps, but it is a thing. So I decided to pop back on and record 2 more videos for this. Yeah. So, interesting thing here, when Dreadhorde Butcher deals damage, whatever, when Dreadhorde Butcher dies, it deals damage equal to any player or any target. Wow. Suddenly having a problem reading. Pillar of Flame stops the death trigger, so that's something to keep in mind. I finally used the Pillar of Flame correctly. I'm always using it incorrectly. Yeah, that's okay. So those 2 games, the Elf game, I don't know how much I mentioned it or whatever in the videos afterwards, but oh. Well, this is not a very exciting 7th match. whatever. I think it's worth it to see the Pillar of Flame interaction with the Dreadhorde Butcher, and it's a quick one. One more coming up, and I'm going to mention the elf thing in a second. All right. This map looks okay. We can actually play on it. We get to go first. Opening hand looks good. So what I was saying with the elf game and the Jund Food, I'm not sure how much I talked about those games in the matches after those games. So I just want to mention them very quickly. The elf game ended up going very smoothly for us. The opponent had land issues, and we had a very early Lavamancer on the field, and that was able to basically pick off a lot of their threats. So kind of made the game nice and smooth for us. I think I'm going to hold up the Bone Crusher here. I imagine some juicy targets coming down the pipeline. Kind of juicy. Yeah, let's, you know what? Let's kill it with this. Okay. No land, huh? Okay. I want to maximize damage against Elves before they can get going, so we'll get in for the full... Oh, right, yeah, Bone Crusher Giant. I'm dummy. And then the Jund Food game didn't go so well. That was one of the ones that we lost. I think I mentioned that in the wrap-up in a few minutes. It's coming up soon. Yeah, just, you know, Jund Food always making my life hard. Well, this is working out kind of nicely for us. Kind of just want to go... I was just going to go out with everything. You know what? I've been at this for a little while. I've been recording for a while. I'm going to take those last two wins. They're a little bit lame, but whatever. Now we'll go to the wrap-up that I've already recorded, and then you'll see the two games that I end up cutting because they didn't work out. Anyways, see you there. All right, so this build of Burned feels pretty good. Went 6-2, lost the very close game to Mono Red in the first match. I think that game could have definitely gone very differently, very quickly for us. So it was a little bit of a shame that both of us kind of flooded out and their cards ended up having more value than ours in the end. Still, it was close. The only one that we really lost definitively to was to the Jund Food, and it's Jund Food. They have... That deck's super annoying, so I don't expect to win that one too often. Obosh didn't really come out very often. Tried to get it out in a couple of games, but it was very easily dealt with very quickly. So didn't really get to see it, you know, land and then have a whole turn of untapping and flinging off spells. Little unfortunate. However, I think having Obosh over in the sideboard is pretty potent. Probably better in the end than Gigantha. The thing is it worth it to remove all the 2 CMC spells from your deck to meet the requirement for Obosh? Whereas with Gigantha, you're able to slide that into most mono red decks without having too much of a downside. When Harmonic Prodigy comes out, definitely going to be wanting to put that into a deck. It's 2 CMC, so it doesn't really jive with Obosh. So you do definitely have to play a very specific makeup of the deck. As I said in the intro, I think more Bone Crusher Giants are probably a good idea, and I still feel that way. This card was definitely very good. It did get killed quite often, but having access to Stomp and a 4/3 body is just too good, and I kind of want to go up a little bit more with that. That being said, I don't really know what I would want to cut. The other area that I'd like to maybe improve on is with the lands. I'm not really sure what I would want to do, but I feel like I kind of want access to 1 or 2 more threats. Maybe another Faceless Haven, or maybe the Bugbear Den possibly in this deck. I'm not sure. I feel like I want something else with my lands when we do end up drawing a few too many lands. I was actually really impressed with the Grim Lavamancer. I think it actually, this is the most I've ever used a Grim Lavamancer in any of my videos. It was really great against creatures in that elf game, for example, and then it was really awesome just going face a lot of the time. So Grim Lavamancer, cool at 3. I think I want to keep 3 in the deck. Maybe go down to 2 for the Bone Crushers, but I think 3 might be where it's at. Anyways, that is it for this video. Thanks for sticking around. Take care for now, and I'll see you next week with Historic Horizons. I always forget what the name is. Take care and enjoy your weekend. Bye-bye. All right, match 5. It's fine in Obosh. I have a feeling like Obosh is actually not going to be relevant in 90% of these games, simply because the deck is pretty fast on its own, and it's really like plan B for sure. Maybe you have a little bit more foresight. You see the game kind of going to a spot where you're going to need to rely on Obosh, so you hold back some spells. But I feel like a lot of the time we're just going to be able to take them out before they ever have a chance to get hit by Obosh or something from Obosh. Still, how sweet is that look? That card? It just looks cool. Okay, here I go. Soulscar Mage again. What would you have put out? Soulscar Mage or Lavamancer? Ooh. Possibly mono green, possibly Elves. If it is mono green, it could be a little annoying. Elves, actually, you know what? Both are going to be terrible for me. What am I saying? But Elves, this Lavamancer will be much more impactful against. So next turn, what I can do is Wizard's Lightning something, and then use the Wizard's Lightning, the Pillar of Flame, to activate the Lavamancer to murder something. Sure. Okay. Well, let's keep them beat down. Yeah. I really like to throw these spells on their faces, but I think it's fine to do this for now. Keep them really off balance, and we have more cards that we can maybe use with the Grim Lavamancer. Yeah. They know what's going to happen. The Grim Lavamancer is just going to keep killing their elves over and over again. They missed a land drop, so fast one. Hey, who doesn't like destroying elves? Next one. Keep going. Couple of non-games, I think. You know, the last two were things didn't really get going. A little bit of a shame. I'm not going to fling off the shock just yet. Maybe next turn we'll shock face and go light up the stage. Gilded Goose with a Gigantha as the companion. What does that mean? Well, yeah, I'm definitely doing that now because getting a few too many lands and not enough action. Oh, well, there's the action. Put out both of those cards next turn and then maybe cast shock on something to get the lava running moving. So this maybe just Jund food. Okay. Alright. So, Lava Runner. I think I'll clear the way. Murder the Goose. Oh, there was already two spells. Yeah, I'm dummy. I didn't need to do that. But I still want to get out the Bowman Courier and attack in. That's fine. Oh, that was a Phyrexian Tower. I was wondering what was going on there. Something seemed a little bit weird. That's especially not fine. I definitely played right into that. Oh, darn. I don't see Phyrexian Towers used to such great extent very often. It's a card that definitely flies under the radar for me, but boy oh boy is it ever powerful. Oh, there's my favorite cat. It wouldn't be a mono red video if Cauldron Familiar didn't show up. And I didn't get a chance to complain about it for a few minutes. So the best thing to see now is definitely going to be... Oh my god, they have so much mana. They can sack the Familiar, bring it back, sack it, Familiar. Yeah. We wanted to see a land there, obviously, for the Obosh, but the deck is saying stay at 4. Maybe we've been running a little bit too hot, and Arena has to temper how well we're doing. Okay, that's scary. That is real scary. So I wonder, am I going to have to kill Corvold this turn? I can't kill him, actually. He's going to be... Well, I can... No, I'm not going to be able to kill it. I need an extra mana to be able to do it. So I'd have to go Wizard's Lightning, Skewer, and Lavamancer on the Corvold just to get enough damage in on it. Yeah, right. Oh, they had the Fable Passage too. I missed that while I was thinking. This is just a disaster. Okay, I think my only... I don't have a chance of winning here. Not with Corvo. Corvo's gonna smack me. He's got a 2-turn clock with it. And... yeah... I don't know. Needed to hit better lands for the last couple turns. Sure. Junk food, always making sure to make an appearance in one of my videos to rein me back in and be like, oh yeah, by the way, Historic does have some silly stuff in it. I don't like this deck. I actually tried playing it quite a bit a little while ago, and I don't like the way it plays either. Something about it just feels yucky. Feels yucky. All right. So they're gaining a bunch of life. We're gonna let them do what they're gonna do. We can showcase this awesome deck of theirs a little bit. I actually, when Corvold came out, I remember getting the Brawl deck for it. You couldn't have given me a land, so I could have at least done one cool thing. No. I made the Corvold deck, and I don't like playing it. I think the card is just so obviously busted that I feel bad when I play Corvold. It's not the way I play EDH decks. Which I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. You want to play your busted stuff, you can play it all you want. Let's just give the opponent the hearts. I don't have much else to say about this. I'm just gonna sit here rambling on while they murder me with a 10-10 Corvold.